Once upon a time,
I wish
in a far-off kingdom,
more than anything,
lived a fair maiden,
more than life,
a sad young lad,
more than jewels,
I wish
and a childless baker.
more than life,
With his wife,
more than anything,
more than
the moon.
The king is giving a festival.
More than life.
I wish to go to the festival.
More than riches.
And the more,
I wish my cow would give us some milk.
more than
I
anything.
wish we had a child.
I wish to
I
go
wish
to the
you'd give us some
festival.
milk or even cheese. I wish.
You wish to go to the festival?
the poor girl's mother had died.
You Cinderella the festival? You wish to go to the festival? The festival? The King's Festival?
And her father had taken for his new wife
The festival?
a woman with 2 daughters of her own.
Look at her nails.
Look at her dress.
People will laugh at you.
Nevertheless, I still want to go to the festival and dance before the prince.
Jack, on the other hand, had no father, and his mother,
I wish,
well, she was not quite beautiful.
I wish my son were not a fool. I wish my house was not a mess. I wish the cow was full of milk. I wish the walls were full of gold. I wish a lot of things. You foolish child, what in heaven's name are you doing with a cow inside the house?
A warm environment might just be what Milky White needs to produce his milk.
It's a she. How many times must I tell you? Only she's can give milk. Why, come in, little girl.
I wish it's not for me, it's for my granny in the woods. A loaf of bread, please, to bring my poor old hungry granny in the woods. Just a loaf of bread, please.
I have emptied a pot of lentils into the ashes for you. If you have picked them out again in 2 hours' time, then you shall
Perhaps a
go to
sticky
the ball with us.
Or 4.
Birds in the sky, birds in the eaves, in the leaves, in the fields, in the castles and spas. Come, little birds, down from the eaves and the leaves, over fields, out of castles and ponds.
No squeeze power.
Quick little birds, flick through the ashes. Pick and peck, but swiftly sift through the ashes into the pot.
Listen well, son. Milky White must be taken to market.
But Mother, no, he's the best cow.
She's been dry for a week. We've no food, no money, and no choice but to sell her, while she can still command a price.
Milky White is my best friend in the whole world.
Look at her. There are bugs on her ducks. There are flies in her eyes. There's a lump on her rump, big enough to be a hump. Son, we've no time to sit and dither, while her withers wither, and no one keeps a cow for a friend.
Into the woods, it's time to go. I hate to leave, I have to though. Into the woods, it's time, and so I must begin my journey. Into the woods and through the trees to where I am expected, ma'am. Into the woods to grandmother's house. Into the woods to grandmother's house.
You're certain of your way?
The way is clear, the light is good. I have no fear, nor no one should. The woods are just trees, the trees are just wood. I sort of hate to ask it, but do you have a basket?
Save some of those sweets for Granny.
Into the woods and down the dell, the path is straight, I know it well. Into the woods, and who can tell what's waiting on the journey? Into the woods to bring some bread to Granny, who is sick in bed. Never can tell what lies ahead, for all that I know, she's already dead. But into the woods, into the woods, into the woods to grandmother's house and home before dark.
Fly, birds, back to the sky, back to the eaves and the leaves and the fields and the castles and...
Hurry up and do my hair, Cinderella. Are you really wearing that?
Here I found a little the hat. You look beautiful.
I know.
She means me.
Put it in a twist.
Mother said me good, father said me nice. That was always their advice. So be nice, Cinderella, good Cinderella, nice, good, good, nice. What's the good of being good if everyone is blind and you're always left behind? Never mind, Cinderella, kind Cinderella, nice, good, nice, kind, good, nice.
Oh! Not that tight.
I'm sorry.
Claude. We've sold our last loaf of bread. We have no bread.
Of course you have no bread.
Then what is it you wish?
Not what I wish. It's what you wish. Nothing cooking in there now, is there?
The old enchantress told the couple she had placed a spell on their house.
In the past, when you were but a babe, your father brought his young wife and you to this cottage. They were a handsome couple, but not handsome neighbors. You see, your mother was with child, and she had developed an unusual appetite. She took one look at my beautiful garden and told your father what she wanted was greens, greens, nothing but greens. Parsleys, peppers, cabbages and celeries, asparagus and watercress and fiddlers and lettuce. He said, all right, but it wasn't quite, because I caught him in the autumn in my garden one night. He was robbing me, raping me, rooting through my rutabagas, rooting my arugulas, and ripping up my champion, my favorite. Should have laid a spell on him, right there. Could have changed him into stone, or a dog, or chair. But I'd let him have the rampion. I've lots to spare in return. However, I said, fair is fair. You can let me have the baby that your wife will bear. And we'll call it square.
I had a brother?
No, but you had a sister.
But the witch refused to tell him any more of his sister. Not even that her name was Rapunzel.
I thought I had been more than reasonable. How was I to know what your father had hidden in his pocket? Beans!
Beans?
The special beans. I let him go. I didn't know he'd stolen my beans. I was watching him crawl back over the wall. Then bang! Crash! The lightning flashed. Well, that's another story. Never mind. The big day came. I made my claim. Don't take away the baby, they shrieked and screeched. But I did, and I hit her where she'll never be reached. Your father cried, your mother died. But for extra measure, I admit it was a pleasure. I said, sorry, I'm still not mollified. And I laid a little spell on them. You too, son. That your family tree will always be a barren one. No! So there's no more fuss and there's no more scenes, and my garden thrives. You should see my nectarines, but I'm telling you the same I tell kings and queens. Don't ever, never, ever mess around with my greens, especially the beans.
Now listen to me, Jack. Lead Milky White to market and fetch the best price you can. Take no less than £5. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Now how much are you to ask?
No more than £5.
Less than 5! Jack, 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 hid in a sack. The house is getting colder. This is not a time for dreaming. Chimney stack starting to crack. The mice are getting bolder. The floor's gone slack. Your mother's getting older. Your father's not back. And you can't just sit here dreaming pretty dreams. So into the woods, the time is now. We have to live, I don't care how. Into the woods to sell the cow. You must begin the journey. Straight for the woods and don't delay. We have to face the marketplace. Into the woods to journey's end.
Into the woods to sell a friend.
Someday you'll have a real pet, Jack.
A piggy!
You wish to have the curse reversed? I'll need a certain potion first. Go to the woods and bring me back 1, the cow as white as milk. 2, the cape as red as blood. 3, the hair as yellow as corn. 4, the slipper as pure as gold. Bring me these before the chime of midnight in 3 days' time, and you shall have, I guarantee, a child as perfect as child can be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to the woods!
Ladies, our carriage waits.
Now may I go to the festival?
The festival. Darling, those nails, darling, those clothes. Lentils are one thing, but darling, with those, you'll make us the fools of the festival and mortify the prince.
Good night, Father. I wish.
Look what I found in Father's hunting jacket.
6 beans.
I wonder if they are...
Yes, the witch's beans. We'll take them with us.
No! You are not to come.
I know you are fearful of the woods at night.
No! The spell's on my house. Only I can lift the spell.
No,
the spell's on my
our house. We must
no,
lift the spell.
You are not to come, and that is final. Now, what am I to return with?
You don't remember? The cow is white as milk, the cape is red as blood, the hair is yellow as corn, the slipper is pure as gold.
The cow is white as milk, the cape is red as blood, the hair is yellow as corn, the slipper is pure as gold.
To the festival.
The cow is
How
white
am I
as
ever
milk,
to
the
get to
cape
the
is red as
festival?
blood, the
I
hair
know
is
I'll
yellow
visit
as corn.
Father's favorite, the hazel tree, and tell her I just want to go to the king's festival.
Into the woods it's time to go. It may be all in vain, I know. Into the woods, but even so, I have to take the journey. Into the woods, the path is straight. I know it well, but who can tell? Into the woods to lift the spell.
Into the woods to visit Mother.
Into the woods to fetch the thing.
To make the
To
potion.
go to the festival. Into the woods without regret. The choice is made, the task is set. Into the woods, but not forgetting why I'm on the journey. Into the woods to get my wish. I don't care how the time is now.
Into the woods to sell the cow.
Into the woods to get the money.
Into the woods to fetch the thing.
To make the
Go
potion.
to the festival.
Into the woods to grandmother's house. Into the woods to grandmother's house. The way is clear, the light is good. I have no fear, nor no one should. The woods are just trees, the trees are just wood. No need to be afraid, there's
something in the glade there.
Into the woods without delay, but careful not to lose the way. Into the woods, who knows what may be lurking on the journey. Into the woods to get the thing that makes it worth the journeying. Into the woods to see the king.
To sell the cow.
To make the potions.
To see, to sell, to get, to bring, to make, to live, to go to the festival. Into the